The collapse of the Bronze Age, the world of the shepherd, the farmer, and even the king, was bound together by invisible threads. Ships carried copper from Cyprus, tin from faraway lands, grain, oil, wine, and finely worked goods from palace to palace, port to port. For centuries, these connections seemed strong, like a woven net stretched across the eastern Mediterranean. But around the 12th century before our era, those threads began to fray, and soon after, they snapped entirely. Archaeologists today call it the Bronze Age collapse, a time when nearly every great palace system from Greece to Anatolia, from the Levant to Egypt, suffered destruction or abandonment. Imagine a scribe, his wax tablet still warm in his hand, suddenly without an office, his palace burned. Imagine a shepherd who once drove his flock to the palace storehouses for trade, now finding the storehouses silent, the courtyards blackened with soot. The reasons for this collapse remain the subject of endless study and debate. Some say it was the arrival of foreign raiders, the so-called sea peoples, who swept across the coasts like a storm. Others point to earthquakes, a chain of tremors that toppled walls and temples. Still others speak of drought, a long unrelenting dryness that turned fields brittle and empty, sending whole peoples on the move in search of sustenance. Most likely, it was all of these forces together. A fragile system, interdependent and finely tuned, was simply unable to withstand so many shocks at once. If you walk among the ruins today, at places like Mycenae, Ugarit, or Hattusa, you will see blackened stone, fallen blocks left untouched for millennia. You might even find tablets, baked hard by the fires that consumed the buildings, recording shipments of grain, weapons allocations, or religious offerings. The very last words written before silence descended. For ordinary people, this collapse was not an abstract shift in politics or trade. It was a sudden emptiness. Markets gone. Protection vanished. Gods who once seemed secure now silent in their shrines. A shepherd, once fearful of wolves, might now have feared hunger more. Communities grew smaller, villages more self-reliant, and the wide world of bronze-forged connections shrunk to the narrow horizon of survival. And yet, as always, life continued. Sheep still needed tending. Fields still yielded what they could. Songs were still sung around hearth fires, but the grandeur of palaces and trade routes was gone. A great silence settling across the lands where once kings boasted of their power.